Good evening. Our attention wants to know. I'm Madhavdas G with news coming in from the national capital, where Aishwarya Rai is expected to leave from the ED headquarters at Jamnagar House. Is where Aishwarya Rai is currently at and is expected to leave from that location. These are live pictures coming to you from Jamnagar House, the headquarters of the Enforcement Directorate. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan present over there, and we will in fact now take this across to our reporters as well, connect with them as to what is exactly happening on ground. It has been a marathon questioning for over 6 hours is what we understand at the Enforcement Directorate office. Priyank is live with us. Priyank, take us through what's happening at the moment at the ED office. How long has Aishwarya Rai Bachchan been inside the ED headquarters at Jamnagar House? Is she expected to leave now?
See, Madhav, it's almost 5 hours since she is there inside, and as you can see, the vehicle has been brought inside the Enforcement Directorate's main gate, and the security personnel of the private security guard of Aishwarya Bachchan are also here. We expect that she will be coming here. The Enforcement Directorate officers are telling us to move a step back because the ED does not want any kind of hassle for the Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. There you can see the senior officials and the supervisory officers are also coming here and working in coordination with the security personnel of Aishwarya Bachchan. I'm sorry. This is one of the day when the Enforcement Directorate was also questioned by many of the political party leaders, and the manner in which this particular questioning is happening was also criticized by the political parties, saying that the Enforcement Directorate and the central agencies are working on the behest of the government, and they are trying to, they have some kind of, grudges against the film industry. But the case pertains to 2005 when the company was formed by Aishwarya Bachchan. Later to that, her initial name was also changed, Madhav. And at this location where we are standing, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is expected to come out. The Panama Papers, Madhav, which exposed the name of several individuals who had opened company in tax havens like Virgin Island, had been under the scanner. This is not a case which is a fresh one. This was pertaining to companies which were allegedly owned by several individuals. But the Enforcement Directorate had also asked her that why her name Aishwarya Rai was later on changed in the name of the company owners, and it was changed to A. Rai, and these are the details on which she was questioned for approximately 5 to 6 hours by the officials of Enforcement Directorate.
All right, very, very significant. There's a black Jeep there that Priyank is showing us that is waiting at the porch of Jamnagar House, where, in fact, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is expected to emerge any minute now. We'll continue to be with Priyank. And Priyank, even as the investigation, the Enforcement Directorate at least says, is pertaining to the Panama Papers, which have come out in the public domain for several years now, what really is the Enforcement Directorate's reason for questioning Aishwarya Rai Bachchan now? Because Panama Papers came out several years ago, Priyank.
Madhav, there were 2 summons which were sent to Aishwarya Bachchan for this particular investigation, and her husband was also questioned by the Enforcement Directorate few days back, and unfortunately her father-in-law's name was also mentioned. In 2016, when a group of journalists had exposed this particular bulky list of documents, which was a voluminous document of 1.15 crore pages, was having documents of several prominent individuals who had their companies which were formed in these tax haven companies, and these lists were given to the public domain, Madhav, in the year 2016. But this particular company, AMIC, was owned by not only Aishwarya Rai but also by her brother, mother, and her late father. What the Enforcement Directorate had asked Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, that since she was one of the director of these companies, this particular company, was was totally aware about the kind of transactions and all the money deal which was happening, and if at all the initial share on which this company was open was of 50,000 US dollars, then what about the company which was later on transferred at the cost of 1,500 US dollars? So this is the basic thing for which the enforcement directorate has questioned. Me and my colleague Siddhant have been on the main and the back entrance of the enforcement directorate, and on both the side, Madhav, the developments are happening. On one side, this particular vehicle has been brought in. What we are also learning that the easy passage can also be given to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan from the back entrance, from where Siddhant would be reporting shortly.
All right, we will in fact try and connect with Siddhant as well in just a few minutes. But Priyanka, a massive political controversy that has erupted with several political parties now coming out and commenting that what is being done, or this particular investigation is being done with some kind of coercive intent. What exactly have we been hearing from the political parties on this particular issue?
Yes, Sati Madhav, you remember the time when we broke this information that she has been summoned by the enforcement directorate at the Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Bhavan, office, which is the ED headquarters. Karti Chidambaram, who was attending his own case hearing of the ASL Maxis case, when he was inside the Rouse Avenue court, was not even focusing on the case for which he was present there. In fact, while he was present in the court, he tweeted that there's some kind of pointers on which the government is working, and what is this with the enforcement directorate, because just a short while back they have also questioned Jacqueline Fernandez, Noda Fateh, which was also widely reported on Times Now. And the document, Madhav, which we broke last week, was also showing that the Bollywood celebrities had been in association with those accused who were a part of the charge sheet which was formed by enforcement directorate. But this case, for which Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Madhav, has been questioned by the enforcement directorate, is not pertaining to any case of PMLA, and this is not a criminal case. This is a civil case which is under FEMA, for which she was told to join the investigation. What we also got to know that there were two summons which was sent to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan to join the probe, where she could not, and today also she was told to join the probe, but initially she was reluctant to join the investigation. But since she was very much there in the national capital, she was told by the officials of enforcement directorate to come and join this particular investigation, for which the ED had to sort many answers from her, that whether she was aware or not. What it appears that apart from the basic answer, she could have replied that her lawyers and the chartered accountant who are basically dealing with the business transaction would be in a better position because they are artists. So this is the basic kind of reply which we have seen from various celebrity. They are very huge media presence here, Madhav, and we are present here right outside the enforcement directorate trying to get an answer from Aishwarya Rai that whether she will speak in her defense, or the manner in which the Bachchan family has responded in the family will also be seen on the ground outside the ED office.
Well, absolutely, and in fact a lot that is being asked, Priyank, as far as those companies are concerned. A list of 9 questions that we are putting out here on Times Now as to the various queries that were put forth to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan from the agency. Priyank, can you very quickly take our viewers through what those 9 questions, what those 9 queries were, from change of name to in fact the directorship of those companies? Very quickly run our viewers through that.
Yes, certainly, Madhav. The basic question is related to that how if the basic share or the initial cost of the company, which was put in by the family members of Rai, was of 50,000 US dollar. Why the company was given to a Dubai-based firm in only 1,500 US dollar. Whether there was any kind of money transaction which was happening, whether you were aware about the business transaction which was happening on the behest of this particular company. And apart from this, that whether your name, which was initially mentioned as Aishwarya Rai, was changed to A. Rai just to hide the name of Aishwarya Rai and to give a shadow to the name of Aishwarya Rai, because she is a very prominent individual. She has been the Miss World, and everyone in the world know about her. So these are the questions on which she was questioned.
Well, absolutely. And in fact, that's where things are at the moment. A huge crowd over there at the ED office, even as we speak. And there you have on your pictures there, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan emerging from the Enforcement Directorate office. Priyanka, over to you. What exactly is happening? We can see pictures of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan coming out, and she's being accompanied by a large number of security personnel. What's happening there?
Yes, Madhav, this is what we are telling you, that Times Now has sensed that the Enforcement Directorate officials could also help her out to come out from the other entrance. That's why our colleague Siddhant, who was on the back entrance, has managed to get the visuals of Aishwarya Rai, because the vehicle, the Camry vehicle, which was parked here since morning, was not visibly seen. So we knew that since she is a celebrity, there would be an attempt by the Enforcement Directorate officials to take her from this entrance. So this is the back gate of Enforcement Directorate, Madhav, from where Aishwarya Rai is coming out. We knew that she will be attempted to give a safe passage by the officials of Enforcement Directorate. So in a short while, Madhav, there you can see the vehicle is coming. We will try to seek few response from her. We know that this particular car, which was used by Aishwarya to come here, could have been used by her to be escorted. So at this location, you can see there's huge movement of media personals who are I would like to tell my video journalists to be on this side, because the drivers can attempt to move a bit fastly. This is the vehicle, Madhav. There you can see Aishwarya Rai is sitting on the left-hand side. The lawyer is sitting on the right-hand side. And the security personnel, the bouncers of the Bachchan family are here. So it was a day when Aishwarya Rai was supposed to be questioned. She came here early, in an early time in the day, and now she has left after 6 hours of questioning at the Office of Enforcement Directorate.
All right, very, very significant. And I believe Siddhant is also live with us. If I can just confirm with my colleagues that Siddhant is also live from the Jamnagar House office of the Enforcement Directorate. Bhavtosh also with us. Bhavtosh, very significant. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, in fact, just concluding over 6 hours of interrogation. Take us through exactly how long was the interrogation. In the morning, there were some doubts over whether she would appear or not. But finally, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan appearing before the Enforcement Directorate. Is there a possibility of her being called again, Bhavtosh? I think we've lost that line there. Bhavtosh will try and reconnect with Bhavtosh. Let me take this across to Priyank as well, who's with us from the Jamnagar House office, where in fact just a short while earlier we have seen the vehicle with Aishwarya Rai Bachchan emerge, and that is Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, who you can see in your screens there. A lot of melee amidst the entire crowd, a lot of pushing and shoving of camera persons. Let's listen to what transpired at the moment that Aishwarya appeared. Let's take this across to Priyank, who's with us. Priyank, so as you were telling us a short while earlier, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan emerging from Jamnagar House back entrance of that office, and not just ED officials but also bouncers were present. Can you confirm how many bouncers were there along with her?
Only one security guard, Madhav. He was sitting here since the afternoon. She came in this white Camry, which was, taken to the back gate, and we also had a sense that she could have been taken from either of the gate, because generally the Enforcement Directorate tried to act the strategy. So the kind of gesture which has been given by the Enforcement Directorate, Madhav, clearly suggests that the answers could have been satisfactory, although the ED can later on, in the later stage, can give an explanation that whether they will be telling her to join the investigation again or not. But this kind of gesture which has been given by
All right, Priyank is back with us. Priyank, in fact, a lot of dramatic scenes there as Aishwarya Rai Bachchan emerged from the ED office. Is she expected to come back to ED again?
No response yet, Madhav, because she has just left from the Enforcement Directorate office, and we will have to get in touch with the senior officials of the Enforcement Directorate to know that whether she will be joining the investigation again or not. But very dramatic turn of events since morning, since the time we first broke this information that she has been told to join the investigation at the office of Enforcement Directorate at the Khan Market office. And Madhav, remember, there was a statement which came out from the senior officials through our senior colleague Bhavtosh Singh that she has requested some more time. Later to that, we got to know that around 12:30 to 1:45, she was expected to come to a different office of Enforcement Directorate, which is at the Jamnagar house. When I came here, the Camry vehicle was already parked and she had gone inside. We wanted to seek her response on the summons which was sent to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, who has been one of the biggest Bollywood celebrity. She got married to the biggest Bollywood family in the country. Amitabh Bachchan is known as the Mahanayak of the country. Was also his name was also unfortunately mentioned in the list of the people whose name came out in the Panama Papers. We have been listening to this particular name, that Amitabh Bachchan name has been mentioned.
Okay.
But later to that, what we also got to know that one of the document, which was a bulky document. Yes, Madhav?
Stay with us, Priyank. I believe my colleague Siddhant is also with us. In fact, Siddhant was at the back gate. Siddhant, describe the moments as Aishwarya Rai Bachchan came out of the ED office. We can see the pictures. There was obviously a lot of crowd, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving over there. All right, I'm told we've lost that line there with Siddhant again. Yes, back to you, Priyank.
The ED office after 4.5 hours of
Yes, Madhav. So Siddhant would be here. I will try to call him so that he can come here and tell us about what exactly he saw and in the backside of this particular gate. But what I was trying to tell to viewers that we got to know about the involvement of one of the company which was also known to be owned by Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. Then she was not married to Abhishek Bachchan, and when she got married to Abhishek Bachchan in the year 2007, in the 2008 the company was folded up. In 2009, Madhav, the company was taken over by an organization which is based in Dubai. And a shocking turn of event, Madhav. The initial capital which was given to this particular company, AMIC, was of $50,000.
Okay, I believe Siddhant is back with us. Priyank, I want to get a quick word from him as well. Siddhant, you were reporting from the rear entrance of the ED office, and at that particular gate is where Aishwarya Rai Bachchan has emerged from. She has now left that location. Describe those moments, Siddhant. What transpired? Huge crowds over there, a lot of pushing and shoving that we can see from our cameras.
and you can see Aishwarya Rai leaving the ED office after.
Guys, patch me.
And you can see Aishwarya Rai.
We'll try and connect with Siddhant once again. In fact, he was reporting right from that office of the Enforcement Directorate at Jamnagar House, where in fact those visuals are coming in of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan emerging. We'll try and connect with him in just a minute. But but those are the pictures that you can see. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan getting into that white Camry vehicle and in fact leaving from that location in the heart of central Delhi's Jamnagar house, where the Enforcement Directorate headquarters are located. And of course, in just a few minutes we'll get more details as to what transpired as far as Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is concerned. All right, these details of course coming in from the Panama Papers. That's the basic case on which she's been interrogated. A lot of questions about the companies in which she was a director, also details of her directorship, the name change from Aishwarya Rai to A. Rai, what was the cause of that, and also the fact that her husband Abhishek was also part of those companies. Let's take this across to Priyank, who's with us. Siddhant finally with us. Yes, Siddhant, take us to what happened at that moment when Aishwarya Rai Bachchan left. Huge crowds over there we could see. Were the private security personnel also present? What transpired, Siddhant?
Well, that's correct, Madhav. It was a very surprise visit of Aishwarya Rai today to ED office, because we were told in the morning, Madhav, that she's not going to appear before. She's asking for more time, but that did not happen since ED guys were aware about her being in National Capital. So she was requested by them to come and record her statement. So after 6 hours of intense grilling, intense questioning, Aishwarya Rai was allowed to leave ED's Jamnagar office. We really don't know whether she's going to be summoned again by the Enforcement Directorate or not. But Madhav, this is ED's Jamnagar office. This is an extension office of Khan Market. And here Aishwarya Rai was grilled for 6 hours. And there were two vehicles parked, one on the front gate and the other one on the back gate. We were located on the back gate. And just few minutes back, she left ED's Jamnagar office. There were too many media people standing outside to capture Aishwarya Rai in their cameras, and you know, situation really became bad, and ED officers had to come out and, you know, create a passage for her so that she could walk to her car and sit. We tried taking all those questions to Aishwarya Rai, that why this company was floated, why her name was changed, why from director she became a shareholder, and why this company became inactive in 2009. We tried taking all that questions to Aishwarya Rai, but she was silent. She was completely silent. She was wearing glares also to avoid media camera lights, and you know, it almost took 3 to 4 minutes for ED officials to create passage for her so that she could sit comfortably inside her car. So we really don't know, Madhav, whether she's going to be summoned tomorrow again or not, but this is a FEMA case, you know, and basically in such matters, Enforcement Directorate records is statement. So this case was opened after, in 2016, the consortium journalists came up with this entire investigative piece, and there was immense pressure, Madhav, even you remember, you know, then on the government to open the case. And now when finally the probe is going on, when she has been summoned, the statements are being recorded, opposition is also raising their voice and calling it a witch hunt, as UP elections are just 2 months away. Even her mother-in-law, Aishwarya Rai's mother-in-law, Jaya Bachchan, also lost her cool this evening in Rajya Sabha, and after which Rajya Sabha got adjourned. So, you know, there are a lot of developments that happened today around Aishwarya Rai Bachchan's summon by Enforcement Directorate. And Madhav, you know, 1 month back, Abhishek Bachchan's statement was also recorded in the same matter, because as per Enforcement Directorate, after Aishwarya got married to Abhishek Bachchan, the decision was taken to inactivate this entire investment, inactivate this entire company. Now, Madhav, 3 very important points that I would like to highlight for our viewers. First, why this company was floated in the British Virgin Islands. Second, why her name was changed from Aishwarya Rai to A. Rai, whether this was done intentionally to avoid the identity.
Okay. Siddhant, please stay with us. Requesting Priyank also to stay on with us. We're going to come back to both of you in just a minute, but we have to slip into a very quick break.